Hello and welcome to BQ Prime. I'm Hirandaria. Joining us on the show is Mr. Naresh, Jalan, Managing Director at Ramakrishna Forgings. Welcome to the show, Mr. Jalan. My first question coming is we just had the North America Class 8 truck order numbers coming. Clearly, yes, there has been a growth for a second, from the previous month. How would you actually view the scenario currently?
I think Class 8 trucks presently have a strong demand. I think we cannot compare it month on month.
Mm.
Basically, if you see the whole year, close to around 300,000 Class 8 trucks have been made this year, and projections which we have for next year is the quantities are intact, and we may see about 2 to 3% higher than this year. So 310,000 is the close to around volume projected for FY23, FY24.
Right. So, Mr. Jalan, I agree that yes, though they've fallen for a second month, we can't really take a month-on-month number into consideration. However, we've seen a good growth coming in on a year-on-year basis as well, right? So, with a record high number in the month of September, then how are you expecting December, Jan, Feb, March, the next 4 months to pan out?
I think January onwards, you see a consistent demand going upwards only. I think year on year basis, because the demand in this year, if you see January, February, March, demand was benign. I think coming year, if the volume projected 10 lakh, 3 lakh 10,000 vehicles stay intact, I think you will see good growth from January onwards.
Right. So, would it be right to say that we would again start hitting that 50 to 60,000 number from Jan onwards?
Not 50 to 60,000, but we should be seeing close to 40, 45,000 numbers from Jan onwards.
Okay. Overall, if you see from a company perspective, in the first half of FY23, North America accounts for almost around 25%, versus in FY22, we had seen a 30% revenue contribution. How are you seeing that number pan out?
No, I think the balance sheet, overall balance sheet also has grown. If you
Mm.
see the total volumes which we did last year, we have grown from that volume. But overall, I think we have grown in terms of our balance sheet. So that's the reason we 25% this year. And I think we see a lot of traction in the North American market, and this is going to continue for the coming years also.
Right. So, what's the current order book that stands for North America? Is there a breakup that you can give us?
No, we don't have a breakup in terms of order book. While we see
Hmm.
consistent demand, we only can project that we will continuously grow year on year in North America, and I think this demand is going to continue for next couple of years.
Right. Moving away, from the North America Class 8 trucks as well, from a, say, margin perspective, how is that scenario panning out?
I think margins are pretty stable. We are trying to maintain with the current energy prices and the steel prices fluctuating on daily basis. We are trying to maintain our margin 22% and above at the EBITDA level, and
Hmm.
we are extremely confident that we will be able to maintain those margins going forward.
Right. And overall, from a domestic export market perspective, where are you seeing traction? What is the strategy going to be?
I think domestic market is doing pretty well. I think with the scrappage policy coming to start by April this year in FY24. So I think we feel that domestic market is going to further pick up from here what it is. And
Hmm.
export market is pretty stable. So overall scenario looks good for the auto component industry.
Right. And overall, taking the growth into auto into consideration, from a capacity perspective, where do we stand if you have to take a blended utilization, say, between the ring rolling, forgings, press? Because currently, if I'm not mistaken, the total capacity utilization stands at around 78%. Sorry, at around 82%. So are we geared to meet the capacity that could be flowing in?
Yes, we are geared. I think further capacity of close to around 50,000 tons are getting added, which will be completed by June 23.
Hmm.
So this will take us to the capacity above 2 lakh, almost to 2 lakh 50,000 tons of installed capacity. So I think we are well prepared for the requirements in the market, and we are confident to meet the demand.
Right. And from an industry specific, if you have to talk about railways, and the other segments like mining, earth moving, oil and gas. What's the kind of growth projections you're looking at in these segments?
Indian Railways is doing extremely well right now. The focus of the government and of the central government is to focus on modernization of Indian Railways. And with this, we see lot of new demands coming in. With the vision of our Prime Minister, I think for the Vande Bharat trains, we see lot of demand coming from Indian Railways. And I think this year we should be doing close to 100 crores from Railways, but we are confident to do 2x in next 2 years from Indian Railways itself.
Okay. And from an EV perspective as well, how are you seeing the growth coming from EVs?
I think this year we should be doing close to around 2% of our balance sheet from EV by March 23. And from there, we are looking at to take it to almost 5% in next 2 years. I think the EV is doing extremely well. Our product is getting accepted in the North America and the European market. We are doing a lot of components for the current OEMs in EV sector. So we are looking at close to 5% of our revenue from EV by FY25.
Okay. And in terms of the capacity addition that you mentioned, what will be coming on stream next year, we've already incurred a capex of around 153 crores. So how much more capex is going to be required for that? And how are we looking to fund it?
So we have projected a close to an capex of 250 plus crores in this year, this financial year, and entire capex is being funded through internal accruals.
Okay. So overall, from a growth perspective, what's the key next milestone, Mr. Jalan, that we're looking to actually achieve?
In RKFL, we are very confident to grow close to 20% CAGR every year for next 3 years. That's the momentum we are in, and we are confident to achieve it.
Right. And any concerning areas that you see for the industry as a whole?
I don't think right now the domestic industry, Indian auto component industry, I think is just started to take off after a long slowdown. I think it is just the start, and I think next 2 to 3 years are going to be extremely bullish for the Indian component industry.
Right. All right, Mr. Jalan. Thank you so much for speaking to us at BQ Prime. Good luck for the coming quarters. Speak to you soon again. Thank you.